Millions know Brother Frank Padilla as a founder, missionary, a teacher, and defender of the faith. But those closest to him know a husband, a father, and a friend. His life can be summed up in one verse. For to me, life is Christ, and death is gain. Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. This is the story of a man who chose to make Christ everything. Before Christ became everything, many other things were. Brother Frank was gifted, ambitious, and successful. He chased achievement, adventure, and recognition. But when the life he built began to unravel, God began rebuilding the man. What seemed like failure became grace in disguise.
He was into export of shrimps and of coconut trees. I said, what crazy exports you have with the Japanese in Okinawa, wherever. He exported trees. That's why he lost money. He was very trusting. He was always giving money. I said, you don't even know if it will return. But I keep quiet because he gets mad. Because he has different ideas of doing things. So I could have done a lot with that money, but never mind. That is his way of coming to God. Because he lost the money, so he went to God.
When Christ changed Brother Frank, he first changed the husband, the father, and the man. And beside him through it all was Jerry.
When he lost a lot of money, he was depressed. And I said, I think it's time for you to go to God. So I would bring him to my prayer meeting. So one time when I was at home, we were at home, I invited my priest and my friends for a prayer meeting at home. Then I told Father, Frank is inside the room. Can you just go in and bless him and get out? So what Father did, okay, I'll do it. He went right away to the room and blessed him and got out. Because he didn't want to join. So I think that started this, our Lord opened it, of blessing him. But after a while, I could see that he was reading the Bible all the time and joining. I said, no, this cannot be. I mean, I'm not against the Bible. I am very Marian. So I found a way for him to go to the Catholic Church, to a Bible class in Forbes, in San Antonio, Forbes. That's where it started, really, his walk with God in the Catholic Church. Because it's very hard that if your husband is not with you in the same faith, it's not the same. I could see it, so I made a way that it could not happen that way.
The missionary the world knows was first formed at home. Before God expanded the mission, He strengthened the family.
You know, his conversion is slowly. Then you realize he's very good already, and then there's nothing anymore to want from him because he's faithful and true and loyal and a good father to his children. That's very important, being a good father and being there for his children all the time. That's important. You might have a husband, but he's not a good father. But now you have both. Then that's big gift from God.
It's the moments that I remember the most are just spending time as a family. Those are the moments I remember the most about my dad, because he was all about spending time together as a family. We got closer as I got older because yun nga, syempre when you're a kid, you don't really talk to your parents, right? But now as a parent myself, I'm more open to him, especially with, we have concerns about our kids, like their school or what's going on in the world. How can we help? How can we guide them to be good people considering the world around us, and then maybe what to do with businesses or what to do with recently our home. He's the one who guided us to and pushed us to, build our home. So nandun siya for all the big milestones na I could talk to him about. I'm sure people know that he's a very simple person, but I don't know if you know to what extent he's kind of how simple he is. So he would have a few t-shirts only, maybe one collared shirt, one pair of jeans, one Sanuk sandals. He would always have a specific ball pen that every year Des and Javi would give him a box of those specific ball pens. It can't be something else, it has to be that kind. And also when we go out, parang he's okay. He loves eating in Paris. He's okay sleeping in whatever dorm style or in nature. So he's that type of person na sobrang simple. Kami naman, syempre, we like to eat out. We like to, whenever we go on vacations, we like to stay somewhere nice, ganyan. So even if he's a simple man, he's very generous when it comes to his family.
The world knew the preacher, but Brother Frank loved quiet places, books, nature, reflection. He found God not only in crowds, but in solitude. Behind the leader was a simple, authentic friend.
Walking in the garden, that's what he likes to do. You will see him walk up and down. He just loves to walk in the mountain. And that's why I keep telling him, one mountain is the same as the other mountain. I don't know why you want to climb the highest peak and then you will fall down and whatever. I'm so practical.
As a friend, as a brother, Frank is very caring and very loving. I mean, he doesn't talk so much, but he knows, he feels the problem that we're having. As we talk to one another, you could see how he cares. Sabi nga parang bato si Frank, no? Parang walang feeling. But actually, deep inside, you would feel his heart, you would feel his love. Many times, he was always there every time that we have a problem.
Frank's life was marked not only by mission, but by suffering, loss, illness, disappointment, heartbreak. Yet every trial pointed him to the same truth. Christ is enough, not only in victory, but also in loss.
Pinasok kami, nimba niya yung bahay namin, pinasok. So, talaga naubos yung gamit namin. So, as in wala talaga. That was the same year na we were, when Giovanni passed, August 2012. So that was really a challenging year. And then Dad was trying to say na, if we can study the story of Job, parang at that time nawala din yung, may time, if I'm correct, no, yung family niya nawala din, and then nawala din yung lahat ng ari-arian niya. So then he was really emphasizing that redemptive suffering. But siguro ako, we can all talk about that, no, redemptive suffering and what he said. But in hindsight, I think it was what he was doing to me or to our family. So he was very present. So we all know him as the head of the community, but he was very present to us at that time. So.
As a founder, others as a missionary, others as a teacher and leader. But those who know him best remember something deeper. A husband who loved, a father who guided, a friend who remained faithful, a sinner transformed by grace. Through every season of life, one truth remained: Christ in everything. Brother Frank Padilla's life was never about what he built. It was about who he followed.